Survival language, agreeing, conversation language series. It's very important to get ready for this activity. Sometimes agreeing sounds wonderful, but we know that at some point we want to disagree, and that's going to be a challenge because for this activity, you're supposed to agree only. If you consider that you may disagree, go ahead, don't be shy. Okay, but we're going to practice just structures related to agreeing. So let's start with elementary. Listen, I agree with you. That's my opinion too. That's a good point. That's what I think too. Intermediate. I couldn't agree with you more. That's exactly the way I see it too. You've changed my mind. You took the words right out of my mouth. I couldn't have said it better myself. I'll back you up on that. That's a convincing argument, I must admit. That shines a completely different light on the matter. Now, this is very simple. Here, my suggestion is that you pay attention to melody and pronunciation, and sometimes pausing. Don't forget, pausing is powerful when you want to say something because this is going to allow you to better organize your ideas. Let's see if we have some little details about pronunciation we need to pay attention to. For example, I agree with you. Okay, it sounds very simple. That's my opinion too. That's my opinion too. That's a. Now here we may link a little bit with a, and now it's gonna be like z. That's a. That's a good point. Or that's a good point. Okay, so we're linking here. So be careful with linking. That's what I think too. Here we are using flapping, which is very common in American English. What I. Remember in standard English, we may say what I. That's what I think too. But here we're using flapping, which is more Americanish. That's what I think too. Okay, for intermediate, I couldn't agree with you more. It sounds like I'm saying I couldn't agree, couldn't agree because we have the T is very strong. But to be honest, sometimes I think it's very necessary to just reduce that a little bit. I couldn't agree with you more, but it's all right if you say I couldn't agree with you more. Next one, that's exactly the way I see it too. Now here we have once again the S with the E, and also don't forget we can also link vowels. Way I. That's exactly the way I see it. See it too. So we're linking vowels as well. Okay, next one. You've changed my mind too. Now here, remember, we have important individual sounds that we need to practice. You've and also changed. But here we need to reduce this a little bit because it's a strong sound. So we're going to say something like this. You've changed my mind. You've changed my mind. For example, you took the words right out of my mouth. Once again, here we're using flapping in American English, right out. Or you can use a standard right out of. But here we're flapping. So you took the words right out of my mouth. Okay, for advanced. I couldn't have said it better myself. I couldn't have said it better myself. Sometimes people may say couldn't have. I couldn't have, but that's complicated. Remember here, we are starting with some good references. So I would rather prefer just say this in a more educated manner. All right, for example, I couldn't have said it better myself. So once again, we are connecting said it and flapping better myself. Don't forget here we have a schwa, better, better. Okay, very good. All right, next one. I'll back you up on that. Back you up on that. Okay, don't forget this sound. We say up on that. That's a convincing argument, I must admit. Here we need to use melody, pausing. Yes, that's a convincing argument. Pausing, I must admit. Okay, I must admit. So that's important here. The last one, that shines a completely different light on the matter. So here's important to sound confident. a little bit coherent, and also melodious. I know it's not easy, but it's about practicing. Okay, so that shines a completely different light on the matter. All right, well, don't forget, practice makes perfect.